personal best.
Right.
So in the previous meeting, you told me that there is a website called gitignore.io, and I tried to apply the .gitignore files. So I reconfigured maybe all of my self projects using the website. Thank you very much. And then recently I've been working on some ReactJS apps based on YouTube tutorial.
Okay.
And yeah, several people have joined the Strapi Indonesia group on Telegram, but this is of course different to Strapi meetup community that I'm asking to the Strapi meetup team, the official Strapi maintainer, and yeah, they have not replied my email. And when I created the issue in Strapi-meetup on GitHub, there is already a post, an issue which was created by someone in, if I'm not mistaken, in Uganda or in Africa, and it has been there since 29th May. So I think maybe Strapi team are, I don't know, maybe they are struggling to create a community. Yeah, that's not my business, but yeah, that is something that I am thinking. So go to the business fast. I contacted the Strapi team to make an inquiry or to ask them to create a Strapi community in my city. And for the details, I have posted an article in blog yesterday, how to create Strapi community based on the steps that you told me in the official website. Thank you. And then, so maybe 5 days ago, I watched a tutorial of ReactJS GraphQL, just a complete app that has a tech stack of ReactJS, GraphQL, MongoDB, and then Node.js app, just a complete app on YouTube, but it has 23, maybe even more. If I'm not mistaken, 23 videos on YouTube, but I have only watched 5 of them. And again, I realized how it is easy to use Strapi. I mean, to design API, schema, and resolver in GraphQL, and it really makes developers easy. Just create a collection type, determine data type, and etc. like that. And I will skip the second one and go to log review. I think I am on track, but the progress has not been advanced significantly.
Now you can change that to Q3, yeah?
Q3, okay.
Yeah, we are already on Q3. Okay, but it's okay.
And then for the team member headline, I think I'm not sure about the number of people, but definitely new interns are coming, and I hope I can get in touch and collaborate well with all of them.
Yeah, including Revita, yeah, that you already know.
And for to-do list, I have not published a video in YouTube channel, but I think I will more explore about cross-origin resource, which course stands for.
Okay.
because I have not searched about it yet.
Okay.
And for blog post,
if you do, please make an explanation. Yeah, makes an explanation blog, video, and also blog about course, because a lot of people get course wrong. Okay, it's a complex subject that has a lot of theory in it. Yeah.
okay, sir. And I think I will try to. And for this one, summarize video in blog post, I'm a bit confused whether I'm checking this or not, because I have done yeah, the Strapi the Strapi community one.
Okay.
I think I'm checking this for right now, and then I will make another, or yeah, more than one post hopefully.
Okay.
For the next week. And then for free front-end project, so can I skip this and go to the issue?
All right.
Because I think I'm still worrying of this.
Okay.
I tried to do single upload, not multiple upload, but and I think I still want to try that, reading the documentation. Like yesterday, I tried that, but have not figured out yet how to do that. So I think I'm starting my Strapi app first.
But have you tried uploading a file using REST API and then linking that file to a document using GraphQL API? Have you tried that?
Not until linking the document to a specific record, just upload it to the media library.
Okay, because using REST API, also there are several ways, right, to upload the file, and maybe at least before like getting the entire process in GraphQL, if you can test to upload the file first using REST API, and then after the file has been uploaded, then try to put that file into a document using GraphQL. If that works, then at least that is, you narrow the number of problems that needs to be done in GraphQL. Because right now you have two problems, right? You have the problem of uploading a file to GraphQL, and then the second problem is that linking that file into a document. But at least if you can upload using REST API, and then you can use GraphQL to link, then that is one less problem to worry about.
Sorry, sir. I think I have to charge my laptop. Just
okay.
Seconds. So if I look at docs, here mutation.
Oh, there is actually an API already to upload file, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it is all. It has already created.
Okay, so let's see. I want to know what error that you will get. Who knows? Maybe I have some ideas. I don't guarantee that I have ideas though. Just try. So this is similar to the fields that you use when uploading Strapi, right? I mean, when uploading REST API.
Yeah, yes, it is. I think I'm opening Postman.
Okay.
Maybe in case, just in case I have to compare.
Okay. Yeah, so if it works in Postman, then in GraphQL it should work. But if it doesn't work in Postman, then you need to fix Postman first before going to GraphQL. So yeah, that's a good way to test it.
I'm not sure what this ref is. Do you have any idea?
No. Does it have any description or explanation about it on the documentation? That one.
It only has.
What happens if you click the upload one? Try to click the upload one on the left.
On the left? This
yeah,
one?
that one,
yes,
okay.
I'm opening.
Okay, if you scroll like down, do they have, yeah, that
this one.
Nothing. Nothing, yeah. Just explanation of the type. Okay. Maybe there is an explanation on Strapi website on upload.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it should be the same with the description for upload in REST API. Oh yeah, there you are.
The name of the module which the file will be linked to. Oh, the collection type, is it?
I think so. So I would say that will be like restaurant and then the ID of the document and then the field. So in your case, the ref would be like ID card verification.
This one.
Yeah, and then the ref
Singular.
ID would be like the ID of that ID card verification. And then the field,
Oh.
think the field should start with a lowercase. The C will
Oh.
be lowercase, right?
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you. It only has 3 ref ID, and field.
Okay.
And should I continue without other field? But
I
in this
think the rest
documentation,
of, okay, there will be, okay, source. I don't think source is needed. I think that will be file, yeah. File will be needed there. And file is also another object.
oops. So this is the name of the plugin, is it?
I think that is another object, right?
The file to upload the values can be a buffer or a stream.
Okay. So since file is an object, you should create an object inside that. So can you go to the query before? Now after file, you do like curly braces. Yeah, file with, please put the colon as well after file. So file colon before the curly braces. Okay, so now you can fill the needed fields inside the file. Maybe you need to open the documentation on what are the fields that are required there. So I think in upload file. Okay.
This one?
You can click on upload there. Can you click on upload? The upload on the right, the yellow one, the yellow upload. Is there anything there?
On it only has the description like this.
Okay. Does it is it clickable? You know, the upload one? No, it's not clickable.
No.
That's weird. So how do you do it then? Or maybe it's a, oh, I see. Okay. I think, oh, right. Okay, so it's actually possible, but okay. So actually there should be a upload file option in GraphQL Playground, though I'm not sure if it's possible.
Maybe in Postman there is like,
Maybe because yeah, because there needs to be a way to do that. So it's like there is like headers, query variables like that. So okay, so it seems this is still a feature request. Can post the URL there. Okay. Okay. So I've put that in Lovia chat. So I've mentioned to you there. So it's still a feature request, not yet.
so is it not yet available?
The GraphQL itself server, I think Strapi should support it because it uses the upload type, but yeah, so this seems to be a problem with GraphQL Playground. See, it's the same type that you are having now. So the server should be able to do it, but the UI is not here. So it will depend on the client. So it's been there since 2018. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Altair can support it, and maybe Postman supports it. So it seems that it needs a different client to use this feature. Okay. So feel free to try other clients, and yeah, also Postman also supports GraphQL, but I'm not sure if that. Okay, so it seems that, all right. So I have another
issue
information about Postman. I will post it on both Notion and also this one. Okay. Yeah. So it seems for Postman, this is also still open issue, not yet resolved. So I guess the only GraphQL client that supports upload right now is Altair. Or maybe something else, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, try it then. But this is only problematic for a GraphQL client UI. But if you are writing your own app using React and Apollo client, it should be supported. So this is not a server problem. This is also not a problem with GraphQL. It's more a problem with the client that is being used. I've tried Altair before several months ago, maybe last year I tried Altair. So I can say that, yeah, it's worth trying, yeah. And if you do try Altair, then please report about it on your video and also, yeah, make a summary blog post. So because you have already tried GraphQL Playground, right? So when you try Altair, then yeah, you can compare the features. It's just a client to make queries and mutations to GraphQL.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I think next week you will be able to upload to GraphQL using Altair. And then after that, you will be able to upload to GraphQL using React, yeah, using React. Okay. So I think that problem has been resolved, yeah. So you only need one more field because you already have ref ID in the field. Only one more field is the file itself. Yeah, I think it should not be like this here, but if you, I think it will be like file and then $sign something. So it's like a dynamic variable where you put the, like in Postman, when you want to upload a file, you click and then select the file, right? You browse the file on your computer. So,
yes.
Yeah, so it's not like writing text. You don't write the contents of the file there.
It's
Yeah,
like
so,
this, right?
yeah, using REST API the same. So I would say that in Altair, you can do that, but for GraphQL. So it should provide the UI for you to choose a file and then include that file inside the GraphQL query, GraphQL mutation. Yeah. Because when we are dealing with GraphQL, we need to be clear whether this is a query, which is read-only, or a mutation. Oh, and also the other way is not using upload, but using source, yeah. Using
Source?
S3. Yeah, source is using AWS S3, which is a nice way. If you see, yeah, we can scroll down below on the, okay, that one, the documentation on top, scroll up a bit, up again, okay, and the documentation, up again, that one. Okay, if you can see on the source, source is optional.
Or this one?
The name of the plugin, where the model is located. Okay, and then the path, yeah. So there is a path, and okay. Oh, it's not about source, it's about path. So I was talking about path. So the folder where the file will be uploaded to. Oh, this is the destination. Okay, okay. Not the source. Okay, I was mistaken. All right. So this will be different. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We will use AWS S3 after we have deployed this project, but for now, the goal is just to make this work and also to have a React UI so that the user can enter data and then submit to the database using GraphQL, and also submit a file, yeah, using GraphQL upload. So if that works, that will be already good. We can configure S3 later.
Oops. So I have not.
Okay.
I have not been coding this so much because I was curious about React, and I think I'm struggling and using dynamic, maybe like props, something that can be dynamic like that.
Okay.
And also about the UI, is it like free to explore, or must be similar to Lovia marketing kit?
What part of the free to explore that you mean? Maybe you can clarify that first.
The sign-in page.
Okay. Well, I would say that basically the one that is needed here is more about the functionality. However, about how to lay out the page would be up to you. But the requirement here is to use React, TypeScript, and Design Mobile, and Apollo client. Okay. So I would say that that's it. If you have other ideas about how to lay out stuff and so on, well, that would be up to you. But if you are using InDesign Mobile, actually the number of components in there is quite limited. How it is structured is because there are already components to do that, right? Okay. And I would say that to use InDesign Mobile instead of the InDesign here. So it has fewer components, but I think for just in this case, the ID card verification, you don't need more complex components to implement this project. Okay. But if you have another project and you want to experiment with others, well, of course, feel free to do so. But in this case, for the ID card verification one, then you will need to use the components here. Okay, does that answer the question?
Yeah, yes, thank you.
I would say that it will be very similar to how Strapi UI works, yeah. Because in Strapi you can already like fill the fields and then input, upload a file, yeah, and you can edit, yeah. So basically like that, you signed in, then you input an ID card verification, and then also upload some files. I would say that's it. Yeah, but of course, instead of Strapi, we have our own app. Do you think InDesign and InDesign Mobile, which one do you think look better? Not the front page, yeah, the actual UI. Which one do you think looks better, InDesign Mobile or the regular InDesign?
Talking about only talking about components, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure, but InDesign Mobile is way better if creating maybe a website that suits for mobile, that suits mobile phones view maybe. But yeah, relating about the component, I'm not sure.
Okay. Although both are React actually, so yeah, the number of components is also fewer. Okay, but I would say that for you, use whichever is good for you. And have you seen InDesign Pro?
I have heard about that, but
Okay, you can
I'm not really sure.
you can search InDesign Pro, and then you can try the demo actually, InDesign Pro. They have a demo that you can just use.
Demo?
A demo. You can click the first one. You can click the first one actually. So there is a preview there.
Preview. It has GitHub stars as much as Strapi.
Yeah, but this is just for the UI. So I think this is good if you need like a lot of other components and so on.
Cool.
I think this is also more complex, but actually InDesign Pro is also InDesign, but then they have more layouts and more components and so on.
Does it have pricing?
I think for now InDesign Pro is free to use, but maybe someday they may sell it. But I think for now it can be used for free.
I mean, because they have InDesign and InDesign Pro, so I think this is for enterprise, and it's like you have to pay to use this, but it has no pricing here. Oh yes, it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's actually good.
Yeah,
of course.
I think we are going to use InDesign Pro a lot in the future. Yeah, currently you can use this for free. So I don't know if someday they will start charging for this and sell InDesign Pro, but for now, yeah, the components you can use here is free. Still free now.
And what is the difference between using TypeScript and JavaScript in React? Because I think I don't find any like major difference, and I tried to follow some tutorials on YouTube, and maybe out of let me see. And out of 7 projects, only 1 project was created using TypeScript, and the difference I felt was in TypeScript. I mean, it's of course it is also developer friendly, and it prompts like error even if I just missed a single prop, or like I just missed a little bit, and yeah, it gives error. I mean, that is the only part that I realized when using JavaScript and TypeScript. Maybe do you have any ideas?
Okay, so first about popularity. Of course, JavaScript currently is more popular because, yeah, I would say that getting started with JavaScript is easier because the rules are also easier. Okay, so that is also why when learning, usually people start with C before C++. Yeah, but C++ is a more powerful language. Okay, but usually people start from C first. Although actually it's possible to just learn C++ from the start. And it's also possible to learn TypeScript from the start. Okay, but it's still that TypeScript builds upon JavaScript, and also because there are already a lot of projects using JavaScript. Yeah, that's why. That's why you have a lot of people already using JavaScript, and because not everyone knows TypeScript, okay? So maybe they create a project in JavaScript, not because they don't want to use TypeScript, but because they didn't know yet about TypeScript. Or maybe they have heard about TypeScript, but they are not 100% confident about it, so they are not using it. I would say that is one of the reason. But if someone has known TypeScript and using it for some time and getting to know about it, there is almost no reason to just use JavaScript for at least a medium-sized project. I think for a small project, the benefits of TypeScript is not too much. But for a medium-sized project and a large project, then the features that TypeScript have will be very beneficial. And the things that is not in TypeScript, for example, if you use regular JavaScript to develop a big project, that will become a problem. Okay, that will become a problem. And do you know about Dino?
I have heard it, but have not tried
Yeah.
it.
So Dino is created by the creator of Node.js, and although it's a different architecture, but Dino supports TypeScript as well. So I think it's one of the proof, yeah, maybe that even the creator of uh, it doesn't say just a secure runtime for JavaScript, and then you can add TypeScript someday. No, the creator of Dino, which is also the creator of Node.js in the first place, designed Dino to be secure runtime for both JavaScript and TypeScript. So he likes TypeScript as well. Okay, so but of course some people do not know TypeScript, or they don't want to use TypeScript and so on. So there is always a choice to use JavaScript.
Okay,
And
sir.
I already put Lovia chat message that I think is a very nice explanation about TypeScript. You can watch it later. Yeah, I think he's very good in explaining about it.
Actually, he is the one who is explaining
To you, okay.
about React GraphQL file upload, but yeah, I have not learned about it, just basic React. So I will watch later, I think. But
okay, do you think
for this one,
he is good? He's explaining.
Yeah, of course, he is one of the best YouTube channel when learning to code. Actually, yeah, there are some channels that.
So do you want to be like
he is
him?
definitely, of course, but
Yeah.
I think I will start with. I think, I mean, I have one more issue. This one,
Okay.
maybe more advanced.
Okay.
Using JWT in React. Actually,
Okay. Sure.
my friend asked in my class group in a social media. Does anyone know how to use JWT, how to implement JWT in React? And yeah, a geek student, or yeah, he's also a computer science student, but he gave like Node.js JWT. He gave the video about this one, Node.js API authentication with JWT, and but I think although ReactJS requires Node.js to install, but is this the right video to implement JWT in React? Do you have any idea about that?
No, I don't think so. In this case, okay, so we have to differentiate between okay. So because React is just a UI, okay? React is just a UI. Actually, the authentication needs to be done with the client library that you will be using, okay? So a lot of people use Axios. Do you know Axios?
Fetch API.
Yeah, you also Fetch and also Axios. Which one did you use to create your inventory management system?
Axios. I used Axios, but
Use
REST
Axios.
API.
Yeah. So in Axios, you have a way to use JWT, right?
But I have not implemented yet.
Okay. But anyway, the idea is that it's not about React. It's really about how to use JWT authentication in Axios. Because Axios can be used in React, Axios can be used in Vue.js, Axios can be used in any something like that, exactly. So that's an Axios API, right? It's not a React API, it's an Axios API. So that's how you use JWT token. And how about, so in this project, do you use Axios here in our project in ID card verification?
I think I will add using Yarn. I have not added it yet.
No, I'm asking you, are we using Axios? Do we need Axios in this project?
Oh,
in the ID card verification UI?
I think we are not. because we are using GraphQL.
And what is the client library that we use to access GraphQL?
Apollo.
Yep, exactly. So we are using Apollo Client 3 here. So what you need to do, or what you need to find, is how to use Apollo JWT in Apollo Client. So, so that's where you go. If it's not in YouTube, then you can do a normal Google, because even Apollo Client 3, okay, this is Apollo Client 3, yeah, not the current. The latest stable Apollo is Apollo Client 2, but yeah, hopefully it has not changed a lot. Okay, but I think the videos there will give you a good start there using Apollo client.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And then
I would say, what's the correct one?
So this one also uses Apollo client, right? Upload media using upload media whether using GraphQL.
I think this is already solved. I think we can use GraphQL without any REST API here, because the API is there, and you can test using Altair. I think that will work. And after you have tested using Altair, then you should be able to do the upload using React in Apollo client library. Okay. All right. So I think I will post that. How to do authentication using Apollo Client 3 is here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I've put that there. The documentation in issues. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
In issues, you can try to click it. And yeah, so that's how you do authentication using Apollo Client 3. So try it, and if something doesn't work, then see there is a bearer token something. So that's how you set up. Yep. So hopefully that works for you. But of course, before you do that, you need to be able to sign in first, right? After you sign in, you get the JWT, you store the JWT to local storage, and then that will be used by the Apollo client.
Okay.
If you have any issues, then you can discuss. I think you can discuss on either channel internship or channel Milov product, because Dimas is also doing this. I think, yeah.
Is he using Nest.js?
Dimas is using Nest.js. Dimas is using Nest.js, and maybe later using Strapi as well. But for now, the focus is using Nest.js, but he is also dealing with GraphQL. So I would say that he needs to be able to know how to access GraphQL from the client, okay, because he will be developing the back end. So I would say it's because you know Dimas, right?
But I mean, So do we need Strapi if we are using Nest.js?
I would say, okay. So there is an overlap of functionality between Nest.js and Strapi. The way I see it now is from the perspective of the user. What I mean user here is the front end UI. From the perspective of the front end UI, it should not matter whether the UI is accessing Nest.js or Strapi, because they both use GraphQL, right? The way to access GraphQL is the same. Nest.js has GraphQL Playground. Strapi also has GraphQL Playground. Okay. From the backend perspective, creating Strapi project is much easier. Okay, because you don't have to write code just to create collections and fields and so on. Makes it much easier. So that is why for this ID card repository, we are using Strapi. Okay. So actually, one reason why we use Nest.js for the project, for a part of the project, for a part of the project, is because when designing the original MongoDB schema, I think Strapi did not exist, or it was very not yet mature. So that's why we design a custom schema using MongoDB. So because it's a custom schema, it will take some work to make it compatible with Strapi. Although if I have to choose, I would say if I am doing it again now, I would probably rather do the backend in Strapi entirely. Okay, but because a part of the backend is using a custom schema, so that's why Nest.js is needed. But I would say that it should be okay from the perspective of front end, or whatever backend is being used, it should not be a problem. Okay.
Okay.
So I would say that the answer is that both will be used. Okay, both Strapi and also Nest.js will be used. And even for Strapi, we will use several different Strapi instances. So for example, you have a Strapi for ID card repository, and then there will be another system that is handling something else, and that system or that division will have their own Strapi server.
Oh, but when we upload to AWS, will it be like combined into like one backend, or maybe different?
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, that's a really good question. Okay, so ideally yes. Okay, ideally yes, by a concept called federation. You can try to Google Apollo Federation. Apollo Federation.
Apollo. Okay.
Try to Google Apollo Federation, but that is ideally. I would say that at first there will be some different servers. But the nice thing that all of the servers will use GraphQL. Okay, so that will make it easier for all of the developers. Okay, for all of the developers to use all of the API. Okay, whether that is using the user API or using the ID card API or using the marketing API, all of these APIs will be accessed using GraphQL. So once a developer knows how to use GraphQL, then that developer will be able to use whatever API needed. In this case, the name is service, right? So there is like a user service, ID card service, you have inventory service that you created, right? And then there will be a gateway. So gateway is another server that is combining all of these different backends. So you see on that diagram, it doesn't matter, right, whether the product service is using SJS and the review service is using Strapi, the inventory is using, maybe Strapi again or something else. But the gateway then makes all of them like in the same GraphQL API. So after that, it can be accessed by a web app or mobile app, something like that.
Oh, thank you, sir. I got very good insight. And then, may I ask about this Apollo Federation?
Okay.
Is this like gateway or different to Apollo server, or is this a server itself that acts as a gateway?
Yes, it is a server that acts as a gateway. So it's different server, yeah. So each of the purple boxes there, they are different servers, and they can be on physically different hardware. So it can be like
I see.
4 different servers running independently. So each of them can be down independently also. For example, the product service can be down, but all the other services can still be operational. And then the app will have problem only with product service, and the service, all of the other services are running. Of course, the gateway itself needs to be highly available, because of if the gateway is down, then that means all of the services will not be operational, even if they are still running. But from the perspective of the app, the service is down, everything is down. So the gateway needs to be operated in high availability mode.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
So I think for the next weeks, I want to do this as soon as possible using Altair, because there is a documentation, but I could not do that, and it makes me like, why? And the more, maybe one personal best about this, that I'm starting to enjoy, like, at least learning, the willing to learn, because I thought at the beginning of the internship, when I watched a video of Nest.js crash course, 1 hour felt like maybe 4 or 3 hours, and I really didn't know how to do that, and I wasn't enjoying that at all. And hopefully, first I have to feel enjoy, and I think hopefully I can do these things, and make blog about that articles.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir, for the insight.
Okay, I hope so too. I'm happy that you are starting to enjoy this. I hope you can keep it.
Thank you, sir. It all started with Strapi.
Okay.
And can we continue to the rating, or?
Okay, sure. And I like Strapi as well. Okay, Strapi is very quick. And,
hopefully the Strapi meetup community will be, the inquiry will be accepted soon.
Okay, I mean, I think they are busy.
I think so.
I think they are busy coding.
Maybe. So for today meeting, I will rate this 7.5. I got very nice insight, but I was late and the meeting was postponed. Sorry.
Okay.
So to conclude, unfortunately, it is currently impossible to use GraphQL Playground and Postman to upload files because the feature is still in request, and so I'll try to use another client, which is Altair, and then the implementation of the JWT is essential. So implement JWT within Apollo client is also in to-do list, and not to forget the anti-signed mobile. And, and I hope I can keep my spirit to do this, because I think it will be very nice to be able to understand all of this. And thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. I would say for the score, I will rate it as 8. Yeah, it's a long
sorry,
one.
sir?
For rating, please put 8 in there.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, because we have solved a lot of issues, especially on the GraphQL upload. I think it will work. I'm pretty optimistic that it will work.
So do I. So thank you very much.
Okay.
And yeah, hopefully these to-do lists will be already done in the next meeting. Thank
Okay.
you.